It's my one life, and I give it everything I got. I am music. I am sports. I am the culture. The quick news break with yours truly. I'm the one and only. I go by the name of Mr. TALIAFERRO. Please make sure you're following your boy. It's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and it's all at is Mr. TALIAFERRO. I thought this was a very interesting story out of Chicago that I saw online, and I wanted to deliver some of the information to the people. You know, your boy TALIAFERRO reads the story and oftentimes translates, transcodes it, and briefs it for the people out there. So Chicago's own Parkway Gardens, you might know it as O Block, is up for sale currently. For those who don't know, some of the rappers that come from O Block, obviously the deceased Fredo Santana and the deceased King Von. More infamously known be Chief Keef, probably the most famous rapper to come from the projects in Chicago that ranged from around 63rd Street to 65th Street. So yeah, O Block is officially for sale. Now, obviously, when you see an apartment complex go up for sale, especially in the hood, where we've seen a lot of things not so good, some good out of O Block come of it, the first thing that comes to people's mind is, yo, they about to gentrify these apartments. And rightfully so, because we've seen a lot of our areas get gentrified. And what I think people don't understand, black people don't get upset at the word gentrification by itself. The problem is y'all go build these apartments up and remove our people out of it. And the wage gap in America is not balancing out for how quickly you guys try to take people out these apartment complexes. That's the problem. Like, we don't care that y'all want to build up apartments in areas. It's the fact that, yo, we're not making the money right now to afford these apartment complexes. Once you guys invest in it, sometimes the language is coded to how you can even apply for some of these apartment complexes. It gets tricky. It really does. We're talking about O Block. It's about 13 acres of land. 3,000 people live in O Block. There's about 694 apartment complexes in that O Block projects. Mind you, the average income in O Block for a resident is about $16,000. All right, $16,000 is not a good income, but that's what a lot of people are making living in that apartment complex. Some as low as $3,000 a year are living in that apartment complex right now. So if you talk about raising any price for whoever buys it, the people can't afford it. Now, I did read one good detail about the potential sale. Whoever buys O Block, you will have to agree to a federal housing mandate that will essentially make it so for the upcoming years, you just can't jump the price to something super crazy. Like, the prices will have to be somewhat in the ballpark of what they are now. But hey, if I'm making $16,000 a year, if you're raising the price up $50, $100, that hits me. All right, so I'm going to keep an eye on this story. It's very interesting to me to see an apartment complex that I would argue is more notable in hip hop today than any other apartment complex. Obviously, when we're talking about the boroughs in New York, I know we talk about them the most in the culture today. But I think O Block, though, yeah, I would say O Block is the most talked about apartment project in the culture today. Just with the history, the legacy, obviously a lot of death, trauma from that apartment complex as well. So yeah, I saw online earlier, Lil Durk said no matter the price, he wanted to purchase O Block. And then also I saw Chief Keef from back in 2015 say one of his goals was to purchase O Block. So Durk, I know he's making a big bag right now, and I know Durk is originally from Lamb Run, but it's got O Block ties if I'm not mistaken. So if whoever's trying to purchase it, I just want to put it out there, yo. In 2011, there was a $60 million tax exempt used to help purchase O Block. So whoever's coming to purchase O Block, I know it's the projects, but people don't understand how much money you need to purchase like an apartment complex. This is what we're trying to catch up with. This is why we need generational wealth, not just a few dollars. We need dollars to purchase things like this so situations like this don't happen. We are right now, if I'm in Parkway Gardens, I'm afraid that the wrong person is going to get their hands on that apartment complex and do bad things. I actually just saw that happen from my hometown a couple years ago. My auntie that I love dearly in Ridgecrest. Ridgecrest Apartments in Memphis. A lot of y'all that's not from Memphis, Yo Gotti raps about it a lot, is where he was raised at. But so I just saw that happen, by the way. something similar. So obviously, for good reason, there's a lot of concerns about who's going to purchase O Block, because that could change the livelihood of people. People could be forced out of somewhere that I'm sure a lot of these people have lived forever. And I saw a statement from a police officer, and I thought it was worth noting in this story, who actually runs a nonprofit in O Block. Jennifer Maddox said the residents deserve better, and the violence on the property overshadows the good things and the residents who are working hard and doing the things that they need to do. So it's frustrating for them because they get a bad rep for just living over there. So yeah, man, that is a tough one. And this is not just hip hop. This is just our culture. This is going on everywhere, bro. This is something that's plaguing our hoods everywhere. It's tough because we're fighting against higher powers, you know, to stop things like this from happening potentially. And then also we fighting each other. So it's like we're getting attacked from every direction. They killing in hoods all around the world, just like O Block. So we killing each other. And while we killing each other, look at the powers that are fighting a totally different game from an office, right? Like while we on the ground fighting for crumbs and pennies. Y'all ain't listening to these bars that I'm spitting right now. While we on the ground fighting for crumbs and pennies day in, day out, there is somebody sitting in the office right now planning to put millions of dollars, real money, into a project complex to take both of y'all out of it if y'all don't take each other out. Yeah, man, that's gentrification for you. That is exactly what it is, man. I am sending some love to anybody. I hope the right hands get O Block, man. And I hope a lot of rappers that have came up and rap about their apartment complex, and you know, people, successful people, not just rappers, go back and buy them. You know, go back and buy their neighborhoods, their apartment complex. That takes a lot of money. I don't want to just put that out there, but I do hope that becomes a trend in the culture. You see Lil Durk interested in doing that, and Chief Keef had interest in doing it a few years ago. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this one in the comment box below, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to my platform. We could do different things with the platform. It ain't gotta always just be about this or that. We could switch it up on the platform. This is a different type of story for the people today. All right, Chicago's very own Parkway Gardens, aka O Block, is up for sale. I'm out. Catch full new episodes of FERRO's music-based platform every day only on YouTube at itsmrtaliaferro. You can also find clips, updates, giveaways, and more on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also at itsmrtaliaferro. For all basketball fans, make sure you tune in to FERRO's daily highlights, reports, and commentary on YouTube at FERRO, and even more updates on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at FERRO as well.